Hello, my name is Matthew, and this is my demo for my ISP for the desktop CNC project. This is the website that I've been developing all term. This is the home page. It has a navigation bar top right here with the tabs below here, so you can navigate the page. We're currently not signed in. There's a little greeting message in the middle here. And then at the bottom of the home page, you can also boot up and run the CNC software. This doesn't work on every machine. This works on machines that are configured to do so. The machines that are configured are like the actual CNC machines. But maybe your personal computer is not. Mine isn't, for example, in this case. So I get a message. That's the norm. But this gets you like a getting started message, like hello. You can use this button if you're on the actual machine. Some text about like what the page is about and how to navigate it, and then that's the home page. And so then there's a few other things here. So you can navigate user guides. So for example, choose a user guide and hit one of these, and then it'll drop you at this page here, which is all the documentation for how to do a CAM that generates G-code files. The CNC machine runs G-code files when it cuts and mills, and it's important to know how to make those. And that's what this documentation is. The mechanical engineering majors on our team, MQP team, wrote this documentation. It's hosted on a separate GitHub repository along with our carousel of images here. And so the goal of this is to have our documentation on a separate repository, so that way it can get updated whenever, and then that way the website just renders that repository's content. So that way people editing content on the website don't actually have to interact at all with the website or the rendering service with render.com or any of that. They just go to the other documentation repository and they make their changes. This rendering is also a markdown file, so all they need to do is render a markdown file and preview it, and then when they're done, they hit save, and then the website automatically renders it. So this is great for scalability, for adding future guides. You can add more guides, and you can also add more documentation for other parts of the machine as well. So that's documentation for the website. Now we're going to sign into our account. So this website offers a cloud service for holding your files, for cutting and your G-code files. If you hit the sign in button or the G-code button, it takes you to the sign in page. We're going to sign in with our personal email. It's going to send a code to sign in. This is a new feature that we have. And then after it sends it, it's going to say verify code. Now this will go to my email. So I'm going to go to my email and I'm going to have a message. And now the messages are these numbers here. There's a reason why we made this change. This change was made so that way you could authenticate on one device but log in on another. So then we can verify code. And that signs us in to the machine because now we're signed in as my email. So now that we're signed in, we can now access my G-code, which is up here. And this brings me to this dashboard right here. I only have one file on here right now. I can add more, and that's what we're gonna do, .nc. And I'm gonna add in a couple, maybe 3. So these 3 here, select those 3, open. You'll see that how the green bar goes by here. Oh, okay. So that happens only when 2 files have the same name. It doesn't allow that, so that's just an alert telling you that it can't upload a file of the same type. So you have to make sure that the names are different. But it uploads the files nonetheless. You saw how the bar goes by, and now we have more G-code files here on our left. You can add these. You can delete these. You can render these. I can preview the file, so hit the preview button. And the preview button should not take me to the page here. Or maybe my new sign-on, maybe my new login breaks the preview. Well, here's the part that matters most, right? So we can get our files on here, right? So we have 3 files on here. I'll add like 1 or 2 more for good measure. .nc. So maybe PVC and PVC, so two PVC files. It's gonna upload those. They pop in over here. And that's really the most important part, right? And then you can download these. But instead of downloading these, I'm gonna actually move over to our other machine. So if I pretend I uploaded those files at home or somewhere else, and then now I'm in lab and I want to like mill my parts, right? So here's the machine, I want to mill my parts. So I need to sign in to do this. So I'm at the website here. I hit the sign in button because I want to log in. I type in the same email that is associated with my account as before. A bit slow with doing it one hand. Send code. Okay, now a new code's been sent to my email, and I could do this from my phone or my computer, but because I'm recording with my computer, I'll be doing it, or since I'm recording with my phone, it'll be with my computer that I'm accessing my email from, but not a big deal. You could do this from your phone if you wanted to, and my code is 84776446. You can verify, and I'm logged in. So I never had to log into any personal accounts on this public desktop CNC machine. It's very seamless, it's very easy. You give an email, and then it goes to your personal devices, and then you can authenticate through any personal device. Now I go to my G code, right? And there's all my files that I just uploaded. If I wanted to mill one of these parts, I would download them. So if I wanted to download like fourth axis here, I hit the download button, and then it downloads. I'll download maybe one more, the second one. And so you can clear the downloads folder and have the downloads folder be exclusively for G-code files that are downloaded from personal accounts, right? Once they're downloaded, you want to be able to open UGS and run your parts, right? So you can read all this documentation, all this really nice stuff, but then you can come down here and hit the UGS button. And on this machine, UGS button actually does something. It launches the CNC software. This is done through a local server that's configured on devices that are running UGS, and that can be automated in the background. So when you boot up, it automatically starts that local server, but then it runs your UGS here. And then when you're ready, you can connect to the machine, which is what this is going to do right now. If you're going to actually do some milling, then you can go to your downloads folder, and you can find your parts here, like these ones, right? I could open, and I could start milling my parts if I really wanted to, and that's gonna pop up here, and there's my part, and then I could do this if I wanted, right? Once I'm done milling, of course, right, I can exit out of UGS, and that's it. There's no command terminals, no nothing. You don't have to even open the desktop. You can do everything from this one website. It's all self-contained. Let's say I'm milling on UGS and I want to go read up on the documentation. Again, I can pull this up while I'm on UGS, right? Or maybe I want a new file. I can go to my G code. Now, if I'm done with these files because I've milled them already, I can delete them, and they go away. And then if I go over to my laptop where I was before, and I go back to the server, and I refresh, I'm short on files again. I only got 3 now, because the server, we pulled from the database, that's all we got left, right? Because they're the two pages are synced up on the 2 devices, because I'm logged in the same account. And then you could obviously preview the files. I did add in a new single sign-on feature. Maybe it's crashing my preview. Oh no, there we go. Okay, preview is working, fantastic. So you could preview the files. This one doesn't really have anything in it. Sometimes it bugs out, but the important part is this is a rendering of the file. So like you'll see this fancy like preview title header, the color coded G-code content, and then you see this we can zoom in, zoom out, pan space here to look at our G-code files if there's one to look at. You try a different one. Oh, that's the one we currently have. When you're done previewing your files, you can actually exit out and it goes away. But you can download these files too. You can edit them and then re-upload them, of course, right? Like I could re-upload the files I just downloaded, right? I can drag this down and re-upload it. Now it's back I'm back here, right? Then I go back to my laptop, and it's back here. So we effectively have a cloud service where we can run G-code, we can preview the files and see what we're looking at. We can look at all of our documentation that's currently maintained on a separate repository in Markdown. That's very easy for anybody on the project to update and scale. So documentation is incredibly easy to implement. And then you can even launch your tools like UGS right through the main page and have a little bit of helpful tools and notation here to describe what you're doing. And once you're done with the website, which I think is fairly easy to navigate, you can hit the sign out button and you can go home. And this takes you back to the home page here. And now you're no longer signed in, you're safe, your account's logged out, and you can walk away, and you never had to log into any Gmails, emails, or anything whatsoever, GitHubs, and this public machine does not have access to your private information. It's all seamless through one website, self-contained, with built-in features for storing your G-code files. This is my demonstration for my ISP. Thanks for watching.